Okay, now we're going to work on Tech 3, which was the redondo from the Heaven sequence. Okay, so if you recall, the redondo went here, swung around, hit, hit. Okay, I love this technique, and what we're trying to do is make sure that when you're using double saber, that you're using it intelligently, not just swinging for the fences. Okay, and we're going to go over a couple of postures too at the end of the video, so that you don't make the common mistakes that some people make when they hold two sabers in their hand. Okay, so again, Paul is going to be in the mid guard. We're using mid guard because this seems to be a very common guard. Of course, there's many different guards that people could be in, but this is the guard we're going to use for today. So now with this guard, let's step back just a little bit. Okay, now with the redondo, again, I'm swinging, all right? So when I knock that out of the way, there's my hit. This hand is going to come around and hit again. So again, he's out there like that. I come here and knock, there it is. There's that hit right there, and I'm going like that. I'm always monitoring what? His center line. I'm going to make sure I know where he is at all times. Now, what if I miss? What if that first strike, he just pulls it out of the way? Oh, look at that. There's my insurance. This is here to take out that hand. So again, I'm out here like this. I swing, I miss, bang. Remember what I showed you? Yeah. Bop, bop. Okay, so when I go like this, bang, there it is. There's my insurance. This is here now. There's my redondo. I can go for his hand. I can cut the saber in half. I can go for the other hand. All right, so this is really good stuff as far as using it for attacks. Again, I like to use footwork. I'm not just going to stand here and go like this and like this and like that. I'm going to move, and there it is. Pow, and there's my strikes. I'm going to be really blitzing in on this guy. I'm going to be going right and left, really, really strong. Okay, so that's redondo as far as using it as an attack on him. Again, the same thing holds true if he's attacking me. If he's attacking me with a straight down angle, or this kind of angle, or that kind of, angle 7, 1, 2, 3, whatever, not 5 and 6, we're not going to use redondo for those. However, if he comes down with one of the three angles, 1, 2, or 7, I have this to cover that high line. All right, once I cover that high line, this hand's going to take over, and then I'm going to pop around here. Okay, so let's say he gives me an attack here to my throat. Yeah, that would really suck for me. Okay, my defense can be this hand here. Boom. As I move his saber out of the way, bow, there's my hit. So again, the attack comes in. Again, we're going slow right now, but we all know that in sparring, this happens lightning fast, right? Okay, so again, he comes in, right? I go here, pop. There it is. Now see, it just gives you an example of how fast this can be, and that wasn't even that fast. This saber is ready now, bang. Because ultimately what I really wanted to do was I wanted to, when he attacked me, one more time please, I wanted to hit that hand. But what if I didn't hit the hand? What if I got here? This hand follows through and makes a shot. Because this hand is, well, can't really do much here. The saber's in the way. So it goes around into this area here, okay? Pow, pow, hit there, okay? So that was the applications for Tech 3, the redondos. Okay, now back with Paulie here. We're gonna do Tech 4 on the split attacks and defenses, as well as the scissoring techniques, Kan, Quan, and the scissor. All right, now these are one of my favorites to use. It's almost like I've got a shield, and I'm using it to get in on somebody so that I can bind with them. If you don't know what binding is, think of just imagine that our sabers are magnets and they just want for some reason to stick together. All right, so that's really what I try to do. But if I stick with one saber, let's say I'm here like this, he can slide the saber up or down. He can slide it up to escape the bind, or he can slide it down to hit my hand. Okay, so by using certain scissor attacks like this, okay, makes it a little bit harder for him to go down to my hand, which is the ultimate. I don't care if he pulls it away. I just don't want my hands to get hit. All right, so again, we're going to start from mid guard, and the first technique that I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Kan technique. Now typically when I do the Kan technique, I'm coming in here like this, all right? So if I'm out here and he's in mid-guard, right? He's in that mid-guard, so he's got this thing practically in my face. I don't like that. I'll use my mid-guard here, or my Kan, to kind of trap his saber, and once I'm here, I'm gonna just slide right in to go for the hand. Now, if he pulls it away, I'm sticking to him, all right? So this is a very important thing to remember. Okay, so again, we're back here, and I might say, boom, like that. Now, what am I doing? Typically, if he's holding that saber up, I'm coming up with this saber. What it could be is a strike right there to the hand. Or I can come here and go for the strike with that hand, all right? But in this case, what I'm really trying to do is just give myself a little bit of insurance. So I'm here like this, bang. I'm gonna trap his blade for a split second, and I'm gonna get my strike with the closest saber to his hand. In this case, it's my top saber. If he moves, tries to retreat away from me, I'm gonna stick with him. That's where the binding comes in. Also, if we're in this position and he tries to pull a muscle move on me here, I have some strength here, and I can feel what's going on to get my strikes, all right? Now, from a defensive point of view, the Kan covers quite a big range, and it's very effective against slashing strikes like this. All right, so if he slashes to this side here, my Kansao is really good, or Kando is very good at covering this area. Because what if he was going for my head? What if he was slashing to my head? Or he faked that he was going for my head and kind of angled it down. I don't know what's going on. So when that saber comes in on this side, I'm just going to move, I'm going to sidestep, and I'm going to cover this high or high and low range. All right. If the saber, let's say he goes more towards my hip, right? I'm here. I'm going to get out of the way and use this Kan to defend. And then from here, closest weapon to him is going to do the job. Okay. So Kansao, or Kansao, I'm thinking Wing Chun. Kando, right? Or the Kan for sabers is going to be covering the high and low gates here. All right. Now the next technique we talked about, the Quan. Okay. So we have this technique and this technique. Same thing, if he slashes to this side here, my Quan is going to cover that range. The closest weapon to him is going to be the one that pops, all right? Or the weapon that has the most resistance is going to take over while the other one comes in and makes a little light tap here. I can take this one, I can come over there, all right? So again, he attacks on this side, I get out of the way, and then there's my cut while I try to make that stay sticky with his blade. Now, as far as entry technique for Kan, this is one I actually use a lot, or Quan. Again, we're doing trial, trusty, mid-guard, okay? I do this one a lot. When I'm sparring, I'll usually have my blades doing this. I'll be moving my blades around. I don't just go like this. Again, we're gonna talk about guard positions in a minute. All right, so when he's out here like this is my Quan, or my Quan right here. I'm gonna be using this to get in here and kind of scare him a little bit with my saber. So again, I'm using my male and female triangle, boom, and there it is. There's my cut here, and if I'm successful, I can get my hand in this angle and I can stab straight away. So this is a really good technique. I use it quite often, actually. Okay, now, the next technique is the scissoring. Now, this one I really like a lot. Now, we've got to be careful with this one, so he's not wearing the hand protection right now. When he comes in with an angle 1 attack, so he's chopping here, he's basically trying to chop me down from the neck down through my armpit. Okay, there's these scissoring defenses that we use, and it's like wiping away. Okay, so slow motion, when that comes in and I'm here, okay, this is bringing that up, pow. It could also be bang, right there. So he's attacking right here, please, and then boom, there's my hit. So this, you can see the scissoring is not just defense, there's my attack right there. The same exact angle that he gives me, I do this scissor here, boom, there's the attack. So one more time, it comes in here, boom, I step to the side, there's my cut. From here, I can wipe away, stab, or I can wipe away and hit, all right? So the scissoring attacks, really good stuff for scissoring defenses. Now the next part of that, again, if I'm using it for defense, I'm gonna use it for offense, All right, this video is going to be really long. Okay, so again, I could use my scissoring attacks to come in. All right, so I'm going to, trust me, I won't hit you. So we're here and I can go like this, all right, stepping to the side and making my hit. Or step to the side this way. So I can go here, I can go like that, all right, we're moving, I'm moving, bang, and I can hit that way. Again, you got to make sure that you're careful with your footwork. I don't want to go straight in with this because where am I open? Right down the middle. But typically I use this when I'm defending against something. A guy attacks here and my saber happens to be crossed like this. So if it's already crossed like this because I was in the middle of moving, all right, and while it's crossed, that attack comes in, boom, there's my defense and I hit. If while I'm moving, my hand is open like this, so my hand's open, the attack comes, there's my scissor here and I can attack. So this here is a great way of defending yourself when you're in an open position or a closed position, because it can easily scissor to defend you. And of course, you're not just going to go like this and hold it there because you're going to get killed. All right? All right. So the scissoring works really well. We have Kan, we have Quan. Okay, I hope I'm not missing anything. I'm sure somebody will watch the video and go, what about this and what about that?